All right, so when you start making money, start a business, you're bound to lose money, okay? That's just what happens. It's part of the process. But I'm gonna explain that time where I lost pretty much $100,000 all at once. And it was probably the one time where I was like, am I cooked? Like, am I actually cooked? So, quick backstory. Obviously, just in general, when you run a business, you're gonna lose money. So in the beginning, I lost a lot of money. I don't even know how much, but it was a couple thousand, obviously, because I wasn't playing with that much money. So in the beginning, I probably lost a couple thousand here and there, which I don't know how much money I lost. I probably lost like 50K ish, maybe 20, 30K. I don't know. I'm guessing like 30K probably. I lost like 30K for like the first 6 to 7 months. So even though I hit like decent numbers later down the line, in the beginning, like 6 to 8 months of my business, I was pretty much just like breaking even every single drop, right? So I only had like 5 10K in my bank account, because even though I was making decent amount of money, getting decent amount of sales, that's just what happens with beginner clothing brands. You just get stuck in that loop, which just happens to everybody, and then you just have to figure out a way to get through that, which you can either figure it out yourself, or you can just, I don't know, hire somebody to consult you. I don't know. Okay, that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is, like, obviously before this I lost a lot of money, but I'm not even counting that. So this happened pretty much when I rebranded my brand. So quick backstory on everything for those that don't know. I decided to rebrand my clothing brand, I believe last year summer. So it's literally been a year now. So I decided to rebrand. The main reason why was because I was getting very lazy with my old clothing brand. I was just rinsing the same winning products. I wasn't dropping anything new. I didn't really like the brand that I had. I didn't like the name. I didn't like the concept, the type of products I was selling. I didn't like the aesthetic. I was doing it very half-assing, just like doing it just cause. And I didn't like that. So I was like, you know what? I need to change. And the main reason is, I just want to work a little bit harder. So I decided to rebrand it. So during the summer, literally right now is summer, so literally a year ago, I decided to rebrand my brand and call it Flower.la. So during this rebrand period, it was very spontaneous. So if I would have planned this a little bit more, if I would have just done this, like drag this out a little bit more and done it, I wouldn't have lost this much money. And it was low-key bad timing. So pretty much what happens is I decided to just one day, literally, I'll explain what happened, okay? I was going through my TikToks. This is when I started my personal brand. I was going through my TikToks, and I think somebody commented on my TikTok, like, because I was giving advice to other clothing brand owners, right? And somebody commented, who does this guy think he is? I just checked out his brand. That shit's ass, or some shit like that. And I was like, is it ass? Because like I didn't know it was like, because obviously I'm making like 30K per month, 30K like consistently. But I was just like very lazy about it. So I was thinking, like, is it like bad? So I was going through my brand account, like my Instagram, my website. Obviously it wasn't bad because I hit 6 figures, right? So objectively it's pretty good. But like from my standard, it was just like whatever. It was like it was like, okay, maybe she's right. Like maybe like the aesthetic, the brand name. I never done any photo shoots. Like it was kind of just half-assed. And now that I'm putting my face on the internet, like I think I kind of have to back it up too. You know what I'm trying to say? I mean, even though I did, right? Because I never lied or anything on the internet saying, oh, I hit 6 figures, because I did hit 6 figures, right? Everything I was talking about was true. But I feel like I just needed something that I wanted to switch and I was proud of making, clothes that I would actually wear, and something that I would just like would tell everybody, just like out of confidence, which is weird because the brand I had before hit 6 figures, but for some weird reason I was not confident to tell everybody that was my brand. So what happened was, after that, I literally, what I did is I was like, that shit, I don't know, just pissed me off. Like I sometimes have like weird anger spasms. So like that, it pissed me off so much. What I did was I literally wrote a whole paragraph on my brand story, and I said, we are rebranding. Everything on the website will be 50% off. Thank you guys so much for this journey. We hope to see you guys again soon, or something like that, like a very long paragraph explaining my rebrand journey right away, just like that. Obviously, it's very spontaneous, but like, I don't know, that comment just pissed me off. So I was thinking of like different names, but like I was gonna start another brand. So before, okay, so I don't know if you guys know, I have a brand called Chloe, right? So this is my shoes brand. But before Chloe, I was actually gonna start a brand called Flower.la, okay? Which is funny. So quick backstory. Before I started so obviously I had my first brand, which is Brand Jewelry Co., which is my old brand that I had. And then I started Chloe, right? But before I started Chloe, I was actually gonna start another clothing brand called Flower.la. I bought all the domains. I made the Instagram domain. I actually have a sample with like flower, like related type of design that I made as well, because I was gonna drop it. And then suddenly I just decided to just change to Chloe. That was also pretty just like spontaneous as well. But because I was gonna drop another brand called Flower.la, I had all the brand vision, the meaning, like everything set up. And I was either gonna choose between, should I do Flower.la or should I do like a different name or something like that. And I just decided to choose on Flower.la because that's something that I was gonna do anyways. So I was like, all right, let's just try that. So rebranded, and now is the hard part, right? Because you have to understand, I have like $150,000 worth of inventory in my office, and I need to move all of that. So what I did is I pretty much put everything on my website on sale. I think I put it for like 30% off, 40% off, maybe some 50, and I was trying to move everything. And I think for the first month or so, or first couple weeks, got a decent amount of sales. Okay, got a decent amount of sales, sold a decent amount of inventory. But I don't know if any of you guys know what it feels like to rebrand. Is you can't sell every single inventory, unfortunately. That's just not how it works. Like, it's impossible for you to sell every single piece of inventory, even if you put it on discount, because some people are just not want to buy it. So I was trying my ass off. I think I sold like 50-ish% of my inventory, and I still had like 50% left. So this is like 70K worth of inventory, I believe. And I'm just like, bro, what am I gonna do with this? You know? So I had two options, right? Option number one is I literally just say, F it. Like, I don't care. I'm just gonna, I don't know, like burn it, give it away, whatever. And I'm just gonna start my rebrand, even if I lose 70K. Okay. Option number two is I would drag it on for longer, like the sale longer, and just try to get rid of inventory as much as possible, even if it takes 2 to 3 months. Because I knew that if I just took 2 to 3 months, which was the whole summer, because this was during the summer, this is as soon as summer started. If I took 2 to 3 months to sell everything out, I was going to be able to just, I guess, make my money back, right? So it was two options, okay? Option number one, F it, get rid of inventory, lose like 70K. Option number two, I pretty much just try to sell everything out, even if it takes longer, right? Because it's going to take like, what? 2 to 3 months to sell that much inventory. Because, you know, if I kept running ads, if I kept just trying to promote it, I probably would have sold a decent amount as well. So this is what I did. And I'm sure a lot of you guys know, if you watched my old Dooley videos like a year ago. I think this was like my first vlog. I chose the first option, which is to just give it out to homeless people. So what I did is I literally, okay, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't give everything out to my homeless people because there isn't that much inventory, there was too much. I can't give everything out, right? So what I did is like, this is when I was in LA, right? So I managed everything in LA. So what I did is I went with my friend and I gave out a bunch of free stuff to homeless people, right? So, I mean, if you guys have been to LA, you guys will know there's a bunch of homeless people. I gave out so much free stuff, like hoodies, minks. So like it's cold outside, so like minks are very warm. So I gave those out a lot. Pretty much just whatever I had, I just gave it out. And I gave, like, I believe a decent amount of inventory out to homeless people, right? But obviously there's a limit. Like, I can't give it to every single homeless person in this whole entire planet. Like, that's impossible. So I gave it out to a bunch of homeless people, and I decided to just work on my brand. So the main reason why I did that is because I personally thought speed is action, or speed is better than just waiting just to make my money back. Because if I just waited 2 to 3 months to sell everything out, I could have made more money, but I wouldn't have started on my rebrand, which I could make way more money if I just rebrand it. You know what I'm trying to say? So like that's just how I kind of thought. Like if I just rebrand it, act sooner, just drop quicker, I'm gonna make more money. Whatever, I don't care. That's just what I thought. So that's what I did. So very risky, obviously, because like I also didn't have that much money in my bank account during that time. I think I had like 30k or some shit like that, 30k maybe, saved up. So what I did is I dropped everything. Literally, like I give it up to a bunch of homeless people. At this point, I have like half of my inventory left. I can't sell this anymore because I changed everything. I changed my name. I changed everything. So there's no way I'm able to sell this product. So I have like 35k worth of inventory that are just sitting in my office space that I don't know what to do. So I'm just like, what? Like I lost 70k pretty much. So that's the first sequence of me losing that much money. Obviously, it's not like money going out from my account, but I'm still losing money because I paid that much for it. You know what I'm trying to say? So I gave it out to a bunch of homeless people, and then I just had a bunch left in my warehouse stock. And it's funny because this is where, because the title is like you lost 100k, right? Where's the other 30k? Well, don't worry, I'm gonna go to that. So pretty much a couple months later, so at this time I'm doing Chloe and I'm rebranding my first brand, which is flower.la. So I'm doing flower and I'm rebranding Chloe, or I'm doing Chloe and I'm rebranding flower. And for Chloe, I decide to drop 30k ish worth of inventory on a new bulk, on like the bulk order for the clogs that I have before, and a new bulk order. So I ordered 2 bulk orders, like that's 30k worth of inventory, and it got stuck at customs. And guess what? These motherfuckers never gave it to me. These motherfuckers never gave it to me. So at this time, and okay, the reason why this is all such bad timing, I'll explain why. So number one, I lose like a bunch of money because I decided to just say F it, I'm not selling the rest of my inventory. Even though I had so much left, I was like, I'm just gonna rebrand right away. Whatever, I don't care. That's the first bad thing that happened. Number two is I ordered like 30k worth of inventory for Chloe, for a new product and like another product that I had, and it got held at customs and they never gave it to me. So I lost like 30k pretty much because it was like worth 30k. So I lost 30k on top of that, and I was moving to San Diego. So this is when I became a third year in college. So my second year and my first year, I lived on campus, but now I'm like a third year, right? So I moved out of campus. So this is the first time I'm paying rent for myself. I'm paying all the food for myself, all the utilities, everything for myself. So like this is the house, by the way. So I moved into this house. I'm also getting a warehouse. So my old office space, I barely paid anything because it was like a little small room that my parents had in their office. They just lended it to me. But now I'm actually getting a warehouse by myself. So I need to pay for that too. So so what happened, and guess what, I need to move all the inventory from LA to San Diego by myself, okay, because I didn't have that much money either at that point anyways. So that costed like 1.5k, which is crazy, which I like 1.5k to move stuff because like the U-Haul truck, gas, it's just, I don't know, it's just weird, bro, because I had to drive back and forth because I had to return the U-Haul truck and pick up my car and come back. So pretty much lost 70k through my clothing brand, just giving it out to homeless people. Lost 30k because my Chloe shoes clogs were stuck at customs. Spent like $1,000 or some shit like that moving stuff. I have to pay for rent, which is, this place is pretty expensive. I have to pay for my warehouse now. And because I rebranded, I didn't have any money coming in. That's the problem, okay? If I had money coming in, whatever, I'm not tripping. But this is when I rebranded. So for the whole summer, I had nothing coming in from my brand because it wasn't available. It wasn't out. So I was just using whatever I had in my bank account. And it got to a point where like, bro, it was looking bad. You feel me? I think I had like, I don't remember exactly, but I think I also recorded a video. This is when I bought my mattress, right? This is the mattress that I'm talking about right here. So this is when I had like 5k left, on my like credit card, like on my debit card or something, or like my account. And I spent 3k on this bed, which is crazy, right? So after I go through all this BS, I lose so much money. I buy a 3k mattress. Okay. I don't know if that's dumb. Maybe I'm just that cocky. Maybe I just knew that I was gonna make it back. I mean, I knew that I was gonna make it back. So like, I don't know. I was like kind of just betting on myself. I think that's the main reason why I bought this 3K mattress. Um, so yeah, I think I recorded a video on that as well. And the reason why I always talk about this mattress being 3K, I don't care. Like it being 3K doesn't matter. It's just like when I bought it. I think that's a very good like reason why I keep mentioning it is because I bought this when I was pretty much going broke. Okay, so yeah, I mean pretty much I went. I wouldn't say I went broke, but like yes, I did. And eventually, because you have to understand. Oh, I also forgot to tell you, I'm like for the new drop for flour, I'm spending like 20K worth of like on products beforehand because everything is pre-made. So I'm spending like 120 like 20K on top of everything that I just said, just to buy all the bulk order and to come in. Right. So I'm gonna be honest, guys. I don't know how much money I had in my bank account then. It was like I promise you, it was only like 40 to 50K minimum or maximum. I'm guessing like 30K. But I mean, I don't know how I did this because like I'm sure I had money coming in from Chloe as well, though. That's the thing. So like I wasn't like dead broke, but like Chloe was only making like 15K per like 10 15K per month. So I mean that wasn't even that much to begin with. Now, how did I recover from this? Pretty much I dropped my drop, a clothing brand drop after all this time, and eventually I don't sell out, but I make like 20K, which isn't bad. And I just kept using the cash flow to continuously like just like just keep funding the business. My rent here is like 2K ish. Warehouse is like 1,000. My food expenses like 6 7K. So I'm like not spending that much money, and I didn't have like I didn't buy I had a Tesla, so that's like 1,000 or something. So I wasn't spending that much money to begin with, but I was barely getting through. Okay. And this is when I eventually figured out what I did wrong for my business, like what I was doing wrong, which I actually told I said this in my other video, but I told my clients like what I did wrong, how to fix this, and why I was only stuck at 20K. And I figured out the formula, and eventually I think the next month or something like that, after I figured it out like what I was doing wrong, I made like 60K. And then the month after that I made 100K. And this is like perfect timing because it was also Black Friday. So it's like November Q4. So yeah, that's pretty much how I went through it. Quick update on everything. I never received the bulk order for Chloe. So the 30K worth of inventory is still stuck at customs. And then for the homeless, like my old inventory that I have for my homeless people that I gave out to homeless people, I still have it till this day. So what I do now is like whenever my friends come over to my warehouse, I just give them just free hoodies and shit like that. And I don't have that many left. I'm gonna be honest. Like I have like 50 to 100 pieces left now, which isn't that much. But every time like my friends come over, I just give them a bunch of free stuff from my old brand and for Chloe because I can't sell it anymore. You know what I'm trying to say. And then let me see. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I never told anybody this though. This is the thing. Like I never told anybody this because I feel like this is just a problem that I just have to go through. I never told anybody from YouTube. No, never told. I barely told any of my friends because they don't care. It's my problem. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Obviously now I'm doing well, but yeah, I mean that time period was like crazy. It was just like so hectic, so chaotic, and I honestly don't know how bro, it's like LeBron. You feel me? Like a 3-1 lead. I was losing a 3-1 lead and I clutched up somehow. I don't know how I did it.